Strap in, we're going for a ride. I actually accelerated so fast that I broke the sound barrier. I was no longer flying, I was dropping out of the sky. When in life have you almost crashed and burned and come out on the other side stronger and more courageous? Life, as we know though, is much more than just surviving. We are meant to thrive. Everyone has to reinvent themselves at different times in their lives. Just by the nature of change in the world today and the dynamics that go on, we're all facing reinvention on an almost constant basis. We all need to change in life. We all need to reinvent ourselves. We don't even need to change jobs to reinvent ourselves either. During my 30 years in the Air Force, I had to reinvent myself on numerous occasions. My book is about different events that happen in my life, traumatic events that happen in my life, and what I learned from them. And looking ahead, it's what guidelines helped me overcome these events and move forward and be successful. As I shot into the night that night, solo in my T-38, I felt wonderful. I felt like I was on top of the world. Seconds ticked by, and about halfway through the turn, I picked up my aim point and I saw that things were terribly wrong. My heart was in my throat, and I knew that I needed to remain calm if I was going to have any chance of surviving. The control tower asked me, "Reese 3-1 solo, what are your intentions?" The whole thing took less than a minute. The last thing on my mind was what I was going to do next. I was just glad to be alive. My plans that night needed to be changed. I couldn't continue flying the approach that I had originally intended. Clearly, in the immediate moment, I needed to create a new plan, trust in my abilities, and use my training and my skill in order to get out of it, which I did. As a pilot, we established an aim point on the runway to land our aircraft, varied depending on the weather conditions and a whole lot of other circumstances. We do the same thing in life. We choose an aim point where we want to go, and then we work towards achieving that goal. Things can change for us in a heartbeat. What we can do is approach reinvention and approach change from a holistic perspective. It's the best thing we can do. And how we do that is we look at what our values are, what are the principles that we live by, what inspires us. Do we need to rekindle our inspiration? All of these things should be taken into consideration, or you can take into consideration as you decide where you want to reinvent yourself. And you don't need to reinvent yourself alone. There are those of us who can help you, and you can be as successful as you absolutely want to be.